guys. So I'm all ready to develop, and I'm going to mix up some 510 Pyro. I'll be developing with my BTZS tubes, so that will require very little developer. So 1 to 100, so 100 mils of working solution. I'm only going to do, one sheet of film right now in 510 Pyro, and I'm going to do another one at the same time in some Pyrocat-HD. Excuse me. That's kind of the neat thing about developing with the tubes, is I can do 2 different developers at the same time. So I'm going to get those mixed up and develop, and I'm going to stop in just plain water, and I'm going to fix in Ilford Rapid Fix both sheets. And I'm going to do 2 more sheets again, developed 510 Pyro, Pyrocat-HD, stop in another fresh bath of water, and I'm going to fix in some of that TF5. I've never used it, it's never been open, so I'll have to mix that up. So this is the 510 Pyro. At 18, it's pretty thick. Kind of a yummy thick. I don't think I want to use it at that temperature. 20 Celsius. And it's still pretty syrupy. But not as thick as it was at 18 Celsius. Okay, so I've got it at 24 Celsius, and let's see how it looks. It's definitely not as thick, it's still syrupy. Okay, we're at 27 Celsius. Yeah, it's running off a lot faster now. I think it's a good temperature to be diluting the working solution at. So anywhere between 24 and 25 or 27 is what I'll aim for. And I'm going to go out and draw out a mill. All syrup. And there's 1 mil. I'll squirt that in here. Cap that. And gloves, it's all like gooey black. And then I'm going to add water to 100 mils. Put that in the caps. And I'll mix up Pyrocat. There's the Pyrocat all ready to go. Okay, I'm going to prepare the fixer bath, and for this one I'm going to use Ilford Rapid Fix. Then I'm going to start developing. Okay, this part is kind of boring, so when I'm all done, come on back. This is the 510 Pyro, and this is the Pyrocat-HD. They look pretty robust. I mean, for lock speed, the shadows are looking really good. Wash them, hang them up to dry, then I'll do 2 more sheets. Again, one in 510 Pyro, other one in Pyrocat, but I'll fix them in TF5. Alright, here are the negatives. I've just fixed in. As I've said, it's the first time I've ever used any alkaline-based fixer with a staining developer. 510 Pyro, Pyrocat-HD. Okay, let's take a somewhat closer look at the results. So both of these were developed in 510 Pyro, 1/100 dilution, and the difference between these two is this one was fixed in Ilford Rapid Fix, and this one was fixed in TF5. Now when I look carefully at these two examples, to me they look the same. The density might be a little bit different. I mean, that could be an account of the light changing when I was out taking a photograph. But we're not really looking at that. We're looking at the stain. And to me, the stain looks the same. It looks the same in the Ilford Rapid Fix example, and it looks the same in the TF5 example. So, as far as I'm concerned, that whole myth about which fixer you should be using, either alkaline based or an acidic base, matters, but it doesn't matter. It does not matter. And going into this test, I was skeptical. I already had a feeling because I've been using Pyrocat-HD for years, and I've been fixing it in Ilford Rapid Fix with no apparent loss of stain. So people, if you're going to be using a staining developer like 510 Pyro or Pyrocat-HD, go ahead and use an acidic fix. Is 510 Pyro a decent push developer? So I used HP5 because it's known as a very pushable film, and these were all developed in 510 Pyro, and they were all fixed in TF5. The one on the left was shot at box speed, so that's ISO 400. This one was shot at 800, EI of 800, and this one was shot at an EI of 1600. ISO 400 has pretty good detail, and this is EI of 800, so we can see some loss of shadow detail, which is to be expected. And this one was at EI 1600. There's a considerable loss of detail. Now, highlights are about the same, and we can clearly see that the stain gets stronger as we increase the development time, and that's normal. I mean, that happens when I use Pyrocat-HD. So let's take a closer look at these. I'll go and scan these in. Alright, let's look at some stand development examples. Okay, here's some more examples of stand development in 510 Pyro. This one was developed in a 1 to 500 solution, and the one on the right was 1 to 1000. Now, looking at these just on the light table here, as far as sharpness goes, the 1 to 1000 appears to be a little bit sharper, but I mean, they're almost the same. And I won't know until I actually scan them and have a closer look. One glaring difference is the stain, and I mentioned that earlier. The longer the film is in the staining developer, then the stronger the stain is going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and scan these in, take a closer look. it.